Strategy and Snark presents Dungeons & Dragons Online. Welcome back. Tonight we're going to go take a look at the Vault of Night Epic version. So, apparently I've already picked it up from him. Oh, we never finished it. Never finished this storyline because we can't do Quest 5 and 6 because of it's a raid. But we can go take a look at the regular quests, see if anything new has really popped up here. And running it on hard, we get a little bit more favor. I'm going to go ahead and switch back to the cleric now. Off the top of my head, there's not really anywhere a rogue is going to let us cheat past anything. So, might as well go for the YOLO strat. Like, I can Zerg ahead and ignore my HP because I keep getting topped off by the hirelings.
This looks like the underground highway to Tharask Arena. If you search for Dirge's contact...
Hey, all of you, come here so I can hit all of you at the same time. It almost worked. So, just like how when quests are introduced, their difficulty is kind of a factor of like what the current difficulty of the game is, so too does it happen with some of these epics. So Vault of Night was one of the original ones that already had epic mode. So most of these enemies are going to squash down pretty easy. Oh no, we might have to pay 1,000 gold. Like, seriously, if it's 1,000 gold to get the password, right? And this is supposed to be this is a favor. 1,000 gold for the favor to get the password. I'm not convinced we couldn't walk in and just give 1,000 gold to even the hobgoblin guy up here. Be like, yo, I'm humanoid. I'm not human. I'm a dragonborn. Let me fight. Fight them all at once. I will pay you 1,000 gold just to let me through that door. He says, no, get lost. Which is crazy. Because, like, we're a Stormreach adventurer. We make our money killing his people. There's a reason I am not afraid of competing in his arena. Do not poke the bear. He'll get his due, though. He'll get his due. Alright. Running down the hallways. First we go to the right. Then we go to the left. Because somebody thought it was important that we go both ways. Is this a case where you could pick the lock? That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool if you could just pick the lock. So you skip having to run down here to get the key. I'm not going to test it. Because I'd have to run all the way back to the entrance of the quest to swap out for the rogue hireling. That is a useful thing about Gold Steel hirelings. You can summon them from anywhere in the quest. But they're a cash shop only thing. One way or the other. I do own, on my account, I own Froggo, who is awesome. He is a level 32 rogue hireling, gold seal. So when I'm running around at cap, I always have a rogue. It's very nice. He explodes a lot, because, yeah, they weren't really balanced for Epic Elite or anything like that. Apparently I've been pushing too hard today. Too many quests. Too much talking. Not enough smiting. It's too bad that we can't open all the other doors and preemptively kill all the other gladiators. Honestly.
You noticed words etched above
And I started saying this
Ready Room 1.
back in Keep on the Borderlands. What would it hurt to just let the lock pick ability or knock or whatever just work on every locked door? Sure, you can say like you're too busy to do that right now for the ones that you have to actually kill all the enemies to open the door. You know, the soul sealed doors. Sure. Maybe make the lock pick take 4 times as long if you're in combat. I don't know. That'd be fine. But I do like the idea of just opening all of the doors. Just, why not? Why not? This game is very old. If we want to do the quest in a way that it takes us 4 minutes to do the quest because we skipped to the end, why not? As long as we tick all of the main boxes, right? Because it's a quest. It's not an extermination contract. Our quest today, for instance, is to get that sword. Or axe? It's an axe. That's our quest. We should be allowed to get it by any means necessary. This guy's gonna disappear because I can't one-shot him. Oh, so close. You're not gonna disappear? Okay. I should be able to cast Dispel Magic on that barrier, take the thing, Dimension Door my ass back to the entrance, and walk out. That should be allowed. The quest was to get that thing, not to kill everybody here. If I've got a sneaky way of doing it, I should be allowed to do it. I should be allowed to kill all of the other gladiators, right? So, and then the whole quest turns basically into like the end of Fjarlund Carnival. Or the end of a Party Crasher specifically. You get up to the boss, there's no boss because you did everything ahead of time. Just let me do that. I want to see what Grogan's announcer what he would be saying. If it was just like, oh, here comes the kobolds. Crickets. I meant mephits. Crickets. Just nothing. And I'm just standing right here, making eye contact the whole time. Slightly licking my lower lip. I'll show him to not let me pay him 1,000 gold of bribery money so that I could come in and slay everything. I slayed everything anyway. And he doesn't get the gold now. Stupid air elemental. I'm coming for you, air elemental. Where are you at? Okay, apparently I'm going after Minotaurs instead. And then we'll shoot through this guy. Like, I don't know why this guy has so much more like, he's level 28. I think he's what they call an orange name. He's not quite a boss, but he's still big. And he thinks that somehow turning invisible and not running away is going to save him. The problem is, right, he didn't turn invisible, he turned intangible. I can see where he is. I'm just not allowed to damage him till he comes back. Fall down. Waiting on the next guy to spawn. Just waiting. Waiting. I'm not impatient. You're impatient. Guess I could throw my buff up. My ability score is too low. Oh, I got hit by Touch of Idiocy. Interesting. I didn't even notice. It almost knocked my intelligence down to 0. I probably would have noticed that, you know, when I suddenly can't attack. Because my stat is 0. Fortunately, all my other stuff still works. I mean, sure, you're a troll, but you're not doing nearly as much damage to me. You're doing 10. I'm doing like 200. You are out of your league. And then, like, the announcer thinks he's gonna do anything. Hey, trolls, did you just see how I beat up your big gladiator guy? Do you think you could beat him? Because I beat him, and you're throwing yourselves at me. There we go. Grab my epic chest. Oh, here we go. Vault keys. Now we've got another item to stockpile, basically, until we decide to upgrade one of the items. Now, one of the best greatswords in the game comes from this pack. Unfortunately, it is in the raid. And they have very specifically refused to upgrade that item to the legendary version, because it's apparently so good, nothing else would matter. Which I get. But that's why we want it. We want it for that. Anyway, one quest down. Not much different so far. I'm not really expecting there to be anything different. This is one of the original chains that had epic mode before we had even level 21. But I'll be back momentarily. See? Told you momentarily. Now, quest number 2. This one I think might actually have a difference. 2 potentially off the top of my head. Oh, I remember. Remember our cleric. Okay, as always, I'm going to go through the annoying air jet section first. Because if we need to reset the quest to get the air jets back online, why am I buffing? Ugh. Are we fast enough to do 2? Run. That one's already out of sync. I literally just buffed, and we're just going to lose everything to the stupid beholder. I keep forgetting that the beholders are in this quest. I do it all the time. Might as well throw your elemental resistance back up, because we are fighting some more Thrackhounds over here. So, now that I think about it, most of the members of the Laughing Knives, that was their guild, the Laughing Knives, most of them are just dealing with personal issues, right? The warrior needs a new axe. That's a reasonable thing for him to be working on in the meantime. The rogue is actively being pursued by a Marut. Haywire is busy just being a general nuisance to society. But this one, they never really go into why this one in particular gets like this like big psychic attack. There are some of the dream spider guys, like the not Droam. What's the... Oh, we just did this pack not that long ago. From the Korai. Why are they here? Are they just kind of... Or are they more like sharks, right? They saw a mental, like, nightmare attack going through, and they're just like, well, we can get in on that. You know, just, opportunistic predators. Maybe that's why they're here. They didn't start it, but they'll finish it. Are we going to make it through here? Run, 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 run. Okay, we made it. That's always the questionable part, is getting that timing. Alright, let's go this way. This is the short, easy one, but it has a beholder there. And I'd rather fight the last beholder, re-buff, and then not have to worry about buffing again for the rest of the quest. I can understand why the beholders are here, because this is a big nightmare thing, right? Oh, I totally thought you were dead, beholder. So the beholder makes sense, because what would a mage be afraid of, monster-wise? A beholder. They're basically anti-casters. Not that I've ever really seen beholders do that much, unfortunately. Beholders are almost always used as like a boss monster, right? Which means one of two things. Either they get curb stomped into the ground because everybody immediately just novas them down with everything they've got. Or they kill the party because the dungeon master didn't want his cool beholder action figure to not get any kills. So they juice it a little bit, because beholders are not actually that strong. They're big and they're scary and they have the potential to kill you, but it's more of the, if you fail your die roll against disintegrate, you die, which is not the most exciting form of dying. It's not like the beholder really just pummels you to death. It doesn't... What I'm trying to get at, when you die to the beholder, it just feels like a die roll. You failed the disintegrate, you failed to land your attack, you know, just... It's up to the dice. The anti-magic cone is interesting, but it rarely comes into play as anything more than just, oh, well, this is the reason you can't do any of your things, is you're on the wrong side of it. And you just didn't get a turn to walk around behind it. That's all. Beholder take, I don't know. They've got so many different things. So an enemy that I do like. What's a good counter example? Just while I'm rambling, running through the quest here. Something like say, take a Medusa. You know what the Medusa does, but you can work around it. You can, if you know you're up against a Medusa, you can go and get some mirrors. You can go and, get some blindfolds and stuff to make sure you don't accidentally look at it. You can prepare, or even mid-combat. Say you're surprised. Even if you're surprised, actually I have to hit the lever. This is what's different, by the way, in Epic, is you have to hit the runes to open the door. That you can't just run through the maze like you can on Heroic. Already went that way. Even if you're surprised by a Medusa, there's still something that the players can do. They can avert their gaze. Now, the DM might have to tell them they can do that because it's not obvious in Dungeons & Dragons, at least 5th edition, that there's special bonus action type... Not bonus action. Additional actions that you can take. But you can do something proactively. Beholders show up, say, ha, 90% of your stuff doesn't work. Unless you step 4 feet to the left, and then everything works just normal. Did you roll higher initiative? Oh, I guess you walk behind me, and then you, disintegrate the Beholder. Did you roll lower? Well, I guess you have no counter spells or defenses, as I just used Disintegrate on you. It's I don't know. What I want out of the Beholder fight, right? What I want is for the party to have to weather a storm of abilities. And I forgot to actually go the right way, so we're going to see if I can jump. I want them weathering a storm of eye rays. I want them going, oh god, what are we going to do? And still fight against it. Still have some hope. I want to see stuff like making called shots against the... No, the rune's there. Called shots against the eye stalks. I want them to go... Oh, damn it. I thought I could get to the rune from here. I want them to be trying to chop this thing to pieces and then go for the kill, right? Monster Hunter style. Monster Hunter is what I want. Ooh, we got some vault keys from this random chest. I want players to go up against a monster. Pick any monster that has special abilities and stuff. And say, oh no, we have to deal with the special ability as part of fighting the monster. Not, hope I have enough HP to not die before we kill it. That's not what I want. I want them to bring out the mirror against the Medusa. I want them to use web and, stick the Minotaur in place so he can't charge them. I want them to counter the monster and then kill it. Not just make it a... just don't want to just bang my 2 action figures against each other for 20 minutes. Get out of here. But how do you do that in a pen and paper game? I'm testing it out right now, but it's it's hard to get players to do things that aren't attack, because it feels like you're wasting your opportunity to attack when you do anything that's not attack. And let's be honest, attack is usually the right answer. How many liches have gone down to just a party full of fighters or whatever, just all action surged and just attacked it into oblivion? Because it doesn't actually have that good of stats. Or, I hear this about Strahd all the time. That Strahd, the boss, the big bad of Curse of Strahd, he's in the title. Yeah, that's Ravenloft, Barovia. He's a pushover. That's actually pretty good, but I'm still not going to take it. Strahd's a pushover because, he doesn't actually have that many combat abilities. You get him cornered, he goes down. That's happened to every single boss that I've run out of the book. Any book. I just ran a T-Rex as a big scary boss thing against a pair of level 2 characters. A pair. There's 2 of them. 2 level 2 characters. Killed a T-Rex. Did they need a little bit of help? A little bit, but not as much as you would think. You give them a head start, right? You don't walk out and whomp them for 30 damage, which is about what the thing does when it hits. That would one-shot both of them. So you cut its damage in half, and you give them the first turn. And what happens? 2 crits later, is dead. Moderately injured one of them. Maybe it would have one-shot him at normal CR 8. But still. Alright. Here's the shadow, and there. That's our other difference. Now, this might also be just a hard mode thing. But all of her other memories, all of her friends, those are all of the laughing knives, they all pop up and attack you, whereas I'm pretty sure we only fight her shadow in heroic. It might be hard mode, right? Because we changed 2 variables. It's hard mode and it's epic mode. But I'm pretty sure. I don't remember seeing the full party except on epic. Just fall down. Get out of the fountain. Thank you. Bonus chest. Big chest. 20 more keys. Get some fragments. And some money. And we out. Vaughn 3 is a little funny. Vaughn being Vault of Night. Most of the expansions are referred to by their initials or something like that, just for the simplicity. So Vaughn 3 is like Soul 3. It is the 3rd quest of Vault of Night. There is no epic version of Gateway to Kyber. The little, 12 trolls in the way of the quest. It counts as a quest. I don't know why. Why does this one count, but the same type of quest in front of, say, that Whisper Doom quest in House Fjarlin? That one doesn't count. There's a couple of these in the game. This is the only one that counts as a quest. I want to say the most likely reason that this counts as a quest where the other ones don't If it counts as a quest in the pack they're selling you, they can say it comes with an extra quest. So Vault of Night has 6 quests. Von 5 is a raid too, right? So 5 quests and 2 raids. I haven't looked, but I wouldn't be surprised if the page for Vault of Night in the store says 5 quests, 2 raids. Which is really misleading when this quest is really just the 20 feet in front of that other quest, and the raids are connected. I can't look it up in my game because it's already owned on this account. Now, overshot the door. Oh well. I mean, that troll survived a hit, right? I'm level 23. That troll survived a hit. And this isn't even elite mode. We need to upgrade our sword. I've got a couple swords I want. Unfortunately, most of them are like level 30 or 29. So even if I did go farm them, we would still not be able to actually use them. Slay Doritos. Slay... What is your actual name? Dorintoluridae. Okay, bye. 5K. We walked... Oh, and 5 vault keys. We walked in, clocked one of these optional guys, got 5,000 XP. That seems good. I remember this being super trapped. Hey, hireling, I have a job for you. Oh, here, I'll kill this scorpion. You make trap go boom. And look at that. Didn't even slow down. We got through the trap. Let's summon the hireling over here, though. That one seems like it was also trapped. Hey, hireling, go do that. Brave, brave paladin, right? I am way more likely to survive than the hireling is, but I remember when we were here. Okay. One of those traps went off from a lot farther away than we gave it credit for. We took damage even from across the room. So let's just be careful. Just in case a hard mode trap accidentally hits like an elite mode trap. It's happened before. I don't want to be the one to discover it. We'll ignore the guys above us though. Hello, goodbye. Just a drive-by smiting. Hey Marut, I need you to trigger your cutscene. Hey, Marut. Well, I'll come down here and make the quest go a lot faster. I still don't have a smiting weapon. I haven't seen one, although I don't really look that close. It's a little sad because I remember having lots of different weapons used to be a major thing that fighters could do. Like, you may not have had spells, but you could carry the right weapon for the job. That was kind of your shtick. So you'd have your banishing weapon for extraplanar things and elementals. You'd have your disruption weapon for undead. Ooh, that looks trapped. That looks very trapped. Let's see, what else was there? The smiting weapon for constructs. Your ooze beater, whatever that ended up looking like. That one was only 3K. Let's kill some scorpions and get a free chest. Does it have little vault keys in it? No. Oh. Free toy. Always pick up the mysterious remnants. If nothing else, you can trade them in for cool cosmetics. Hello, group of tightly packed bad guys. Apparently not tightly packed enough. Hello, other group of reasonably tightly packed bad guys. Humph. I mean, I know we're on epic mode. We're not gonna get to one-shot everything with the cleaves. It's not how it works. At least not when you're not fully geared out. But I still miss it. I miss just going woo, and then everything's dead. Woo! I got one of them. And we run so slow. That guy kind of teleports a little bit. Look at that. Green dungeon alert. And I've just been slaughtering everything that's running by me. I mean, yeah, you guys are all dead. These guys are... Ooh, there we got a big kill. They're very loyal to Vale. Very loyal. Not really sure that they understand what they're up against. It's like, well, hey, to be fair, a paladin just charged into their lair. Paladins versus vampire, right? They could completely see me as, oh, this guy's just, he's here to kill her. Another overzealous paladin smiting evil. I should look to see if I get my smite evil bonus damage. You do more against evil things, right? I mean, we're definitely getting our good damage. Yeah, it just says drow. Where's detect evil when I need it? I need to know if they're actually evil or if I'm just beating them up. Both of the things I wanted to click on were on cooldown at the same time. Okay. We probably need to get some more double strike. I think that's our next feat, if I remember right. Do we get anything at level when we level up? Anything at 24? Kind of. It's not a big one. Get out of here. This is my cape now. Vale said I could have it. If you don't believe me, just take me to her. I'll prove it. I was playing a game not that long ago that basically that worked. You walked in, declared that the bad guy had told you to do something, and people were just like, alright, go do it. I'm like, well, now I have to actually go do it, and I did. You end up being the janitor for Team Evil just because you were trying to be sly and get inside, and then you're just scrubbing chamber pots. Just waiting for your chance, and then the bad guy, the villain really does walk by, and you're too ashamed to actually take him out. He gives you a raise. Are you trapped? I don't remember if you're trapped. I believe in you, Luna. Look at that. Maybe you should heal yourself.
The Marut stalks down the hall to your right.
Up to the Beholder section now, which means all my buffs are going bye-bye.
The locked gate ahead marks
I wonder, I mean, we're on hard mode against epic level Beholders. Should I try being careful, or am I just going to YOLO my way through them?
the distance. You're a stranger.
How many smites do you take? Not enough.
Drow or anyone else.
Greetings, smite.
Hard in the veil must be struck.
Third time's the charm. Smite. We missed. We missed. We wouldn't have been able to one-shot it if it was the named one. The named one. Ooh. Mark of Law. I love law. I'm a paladin. And the law of me killing you is I get to take your stuff. It's a corollary to the law of the jungle. Hey, we took half of the named guy out. We got paralyzed, or held, or whatever, and it looked like the hireling dispelled it. Nothing, nothing. Ooh, a rune. I'll hit the rune. I forgot about that. Oh, man. I forgot about the intelligence requirement. It's probably 10. It's probably 10. Man, it's a good thing we're not in here without a hireling. You are really high up on that mushroom. Yeah, they're not normally up that high. I don't think I can... Oh. Well, that solves that problem. I was like, I don't know if I can get up there to get him. Smite. Alright. Here's another rune. Oh, and there's the other one. Hello, Beholder. Goodbye, Beholder. I need you to hit that rune. And hit the rune. I'm too stupid to apparently push the button. My character is absolutely the guy who stands in front of the elevator for 10 minutes, not realizing he didn't push the call elevator button. That's who we are. And call the hireling. Wait for the cooldown thing to come off. There we go. That was pretty easy. I don't know if I just have a bunch of abilities baked into being a paladin that negated those beholders, but I was not paying attention at all. I ran up and hit them with my hammer, my greatsword, repeatedly. The jump didn't trigger. And considering how loud my space bar is,
Nearby.
I could probably prove I pushed the button too. Up. I want to kill that one first. Killing all the goons. Killing all the goons. Killing all these goons who did nothing wrong. They're just defending their home. We're just here to ask a question, and because we arrived at the same time as a giant killer robot, they think we're on the robot side, even though we're not a robot. Best song ever. Like, I get it. We just walked into a war zone, right? But none of these guys want to stop and go, why are you here? And then we stop attacking and say, oh, we're here to talk to Vale. Like, we're not here to kill her. We're literally here to talk to her. Like, how did they think all of this worked? Like, I don't know. Also, message spells, right? Magic world. Did we never just, like, you go to a wizard and be like, boop, 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 boop. Hi. Laughing Knives would like you back. Please respond. Now this guy, let's make sure we kill the Elder Beholder. There we go. We win. Death Blood is down, and then just kind of incidentally kill the Drow too. Ooh, free toy. Guess I'll take this one too. Maybe we'll get some knives. Keys. Forgot my buffs got blown off again. I don't need to recast Holy Sword, though. Because for some reason they do not. The one spell. I should have started with that one. We're not even off by a lot. Do we have any of those little trinkets of suck on it for some SP? I don't think we do. Boo. I don't pick up mana potions. Fine. We got 12. See if I need elemental resistances. I don't care. I can't cast any of these either. What do you need? Spell point 15. It's smiting time. Oh. And it's, how did my SP go up? I had 12. Now I have 14. So I used one with Divine Sacrifice. I used one again. Use one again. Oh, Echoes of Power activates. Echoes gives us up to 15. Woo! I can never actually not be able to cast that buff if I'm, paying attention and use Echoes of Power. Nice. Hurry up and fall down, Maroon. I'm just smashing buttons, waiting for him to fall down. $60K. And an epic chest. There's your difference. There's your difference. You get a chest on epic, whereas you do not on heroic, because they are jerks and just never bothered putting a chest at the end of the longest quest of the chain. Although we did kind of just fly through it. One left. Would it do us any good to summon the rogue instead of the cleric? Are there any locked doors that I can cheat my way into? I don't think so. This is one of those quests where it's just straight up faster to have a second real person. Even if all they do is sprint through and unlock the crossover point, man, it would be really nice to be able to do that. I do like his color-coded Warforged. I like that. Alright. Off the top of my head, nothing different in this quest. But, let's see if I'm wrong. This is another one of those packs where it was already epic. So, there was already precedent for it to be the same, I guess.
An earth elemental rises from the ground. Only see the path of the mountain.
Shouldn't there be a fire elemental here? There they are. I mean, it's just lava. Lava can't hurt me. There you go, 700 XP for, you know, standing there for a moment. Alright, go hit the lever.
A warforged worker beckons to you from inside the foundry.
Hey, now that we've done... Get out of the way. Now that we've done Inspired Quarter and Dream Conspiracy,
RC2 stops abruptly.
it contextually, you know what is going on here. It's those same... It's not showing up on him. Wow, he is not epic leveled.
You hear someone clearing his throat.
But they are being taken over by the Korai. How do I reach master control? Blah, blah, blah. How do you like that? Just gonna hold my left mouse button, kill all you guys? I was just thinking about other MMOs again the other day. Somebody was asking me about this game, actually. Because they had played World of Warcraft back in the day. And they were not really interested in getting into another MMO that was basically go stand in the hills, killing baby seals until you got 1,300 baby seal tails to turn them in to level up, and then you go to the next hill over and you do it again. I'm like, nah, this game's way faster than that. Like, I may snark about just standing around holding left mouse button, but I've earned that. Right? I don't have to do anything else because that's my character build. My character is inherently defensive enough that I don't have to stop. We have the numbers. We can just YOLO through things. That's the whole point of this little beginner build. Do you want to do more damage? There's other builds that do more damage, and there's other builds that are more defensive. I have earned my medium rankings. Anyway, that's not what I was getting at. I may snark about holding the left mouse button down, but when it really comes down to it, did you really teleport up there at the last second? You just almost got yourself killed. All of these little mooks that we're killing, each of these mooks in like a vanilla World of Warcraft situation, we would be like, swing, swing, right? They swung so slow because you were supposed to be pushing like your combat styles and stuff in between your automatic swings, and you know, using auto stick in order to hit stuff, and then you had to stun them, and then like try to get behind them to use your win behind skill. Everything took forever to die. Look how fast that drone goes down. I mean, these guys don't take long at all. You get a critical hit in, or you smite, they out. They just out. We can hit more than one guy at a time. Man, hit more than one guy at a time. These guys drop like chumps, right? Compared to who shot that box? Was that you? Minions are not supposed to take forever to kill, and the boss. See, the boss is where it gets tricky, because I don't feel like the bosses are particularly epic when they end up just being I'm standing, like they're holding the button really for a long time. Doesn't really feel epic. It just feels like they're HP sponges. I don't know how to fix that though. Like in terms of this game, I feel like it's about right here. Well, that was the far right ledge. That was not... I was thinking of the second drop. That could have been bad. And I think it's on the left side anyway. I never remember.
Even for your clothing and armor,
Is it here or is it here? It was on the other side. But because I knew it was going to break, I jumped. And we made it. I'll take it. So, given the constraints of DDO's current combat system, how would you make the bosses more boss-like? Because what they currently do is they take an existing enemy, right? They give it immunity to most of the crowd control, immunity to most effects, really, and crank its damage and HP up. That's a boss. You don't really want the boss to just drop, but I don't know. Like, look at this Overseer. He's just kind of taking hits. I can use abilities to do faster damage. Ooh, there's an interesting idea. So, this is going to sound like a tangent. In Kingdom Hearts 2... they had a system where you had to finish enemies, especially like the boss type ones. You couldn't actually use any old random attack to finish off an enemy. You had to use a spell or a skill or some other kind of more flourishy kind of attack. Could we get away with bosses have, say, HP gates. So you get them down to 75%, 50%, 25%, but they stop taking damage until you hit them with an impressive ability. I liked it in Kingdom Hearts. I wonder if that would work. Now I've used a variation of this in Paper Dungeons and Dragons. I'm just kind of running until I see the correct door. Which way did we come in? Came in over there. So in Paper Dungeons and Dragons, the common thing for dungeon masters to do these days is that I think the most clean way I've seen it written was the boss goes down after everybody's got a good hit in. So, like, if you're fighting, I don't know, a dragon for Dungeons and Dragons, you're fighting a dragon, the wizard gets to throw all of his big fancy spells, and maybe the fighter goes Nova with his action surges and stuff. The rogue gets a big sneak attack in, and then the barbarian runs around on the ground, unable to fight for the first 9/10 of the fight. And you purposefully don't let the dragon die until it lands to try to take one of them out. Like you unload the dragon breath and maybe the fighter goes unconscious. And then you end the dragon's turn not by hovering in the air where it's invulnerable, but you drop it down onto the ground as if it's going to attack the fighter again on its next turn. And then it's the barbarian's turn, and the barbarian gets his big damn hero moment as he happens to magically be able to do just enough damage to defeat the dragon. The dragon that died 3 turns ago to the wizard's maximized sorcerer. The wizard's upcast fireball number 4, right? Number-wise, the dragon died a long time ago. But narratively, it dies when that barbarian finally gets to grab it by the tail and swing it around. Wonder if we could get away with something like that in this game. Something like, just auto attacks. I think it would be okay. Auto attacks only work to a certain point, and then you have to land one of your special attacks. It would make monks better. Tons of special attacks. No point in using most of them. The trouble being is if you miss, right? You miss, you're on cooldown. Ooh, maybe you've got a limited window. Maybe like a little stun icon comes up on a boss. Red name. So you've got a window. I don't know. That kind of starts leading into lag interfering with people being able to defeat the bosses. I don't know. I think there's something there. I think it's worth thinking about at least. Not that I'm anywhere involved in. Oh, I forgot to actually loot the chest. I'm not involved in making this game.
You
I don't exist to them other than I am one of their VIP accounts. You know, I am subscribing. I don't know, but I think it's worth something. I really like game design. Like, thinking about it, mostly tweaking things, right? I'm not creative enough to come up with my own things. But I like turning the little knobs, right? Adjusting the existing things. Fiddling. I really like fiddling with things. Come on. Just fall down. You're never going to win. You can't even hurt me. What was that, 13 damage? If I let you hit me another 100 times? That's assuming I don't smite just to undo all... My smiting him erases like 10 hits worth of his damage. That poor golem. Jeweled key. We are going to preemptively go jump potion.
A toneless voice echoes through the foundry. This complex will self-destruct in 5 minutes.
Jump potions would have been grand to have the first time we came through here, but I'm pretty sure we didn't have them yet. Not quite enough jump to take that shortcut. Oh, we made it on there. We didn't have to get onto the pipe. Progress. Our jump is getting slightly better. Destroy 10 doggos while escaping. Okay. Go destroy all the doggos. So, not a lot of difference in this chamber. The beholders are probably easier because we're epic and we can just run straight into them and murder them. You know, we have all of our saves, we have all of our feats. This pack feels like it's one you do at heroic. Carnival, I said, do it at epic. It's at a good level range and all that, but this one, I feel like most of the challenge of this quest is that, you know, there's a bunch of beholders in two of the quests. This one is harder by a lot in heroic. I don't think being epic adds anything. I think being epic actually takes away from a lot of the threat in this pack. So I think this one's better at heroic. It does kind of overlap with Isle of Dread a little bit, but that one's not as big of a deal to me. Overlapping Feywild, big deal. Overlapping Ravenloft, big deal. Sharn, overlapping Isle of Dread. Hasn't been out long enough for me to really... I don't know. Isle of Dread has this big crafting system, and I'm not big in crafting. Like, if you're not gonna just give me a cool item, I'm not gonna farm out a bunch of pieces. I don't know. That's not this pack. So there we go. Found Haywire. I'm taking his lightning rod. I'm taking all of his treasure. And when he's done talking, we get XP. Did you not take that gold? Thank you. That was a message I haven't seen before.
Take it. You've earned it.
You were not present when the quest was completed. Or the quest has not been completed yet. So obviously, the quest had not been completed yet. But apparently, you're also not allowed to open it if you were not in the quest when it completed, which is weird. I'm curious to test out the limits of that, just out of curiosity. Anyway, do this one in heroic. It's not that long. The beholders mean more when you can't just YOLO through them. I suppose I never actually... I don't know. Keep on the Borderlands is better epic, in my opinion. Just to throw that out there, because I think I forgot it. And I don't run Sentinels. Yeah. I mean, next would be Vaughn 5, and I can't do the raids, so... Again, stopped short of actually being able to complete the actual full adventure, but that's not surprising anybody. We knew that was going to happen. What do we got next? Move on as fast as possible. Chew through all these revisits. We're going to the Red Fens. That was a long run. All right. See you next time. Here. Literally here. But honestly, yes. Thank you for watching. I'm not expecting a lot of these epic revisits to get particularly exciting. I'm just looking at the list, right? We've got so many packs that they just kind of also made them epic, but there's not a lot of them that have differences. It's going to be a little while before I do anything that has known differences. Maybe I'll rearrange some of this to spice it up a little bit, but yeah. Go to Red Fens. If you like Red Fens, you can see me stab things in the Red Fens with a bigger sword than before. That's next time. See you then.